Hey guys, welcome to the YouTube video. Today it's going to be a showing off video and a few updates. And as those who may know, I was in Queen recently and I'm back in town. And I got a few projects done when I got home. And also, by a stroke of luck, my buck knives from the factory got back. So I'll show them off last. These are 3 of them. I'm still waiting on 1 more. And then my father got me a couple of knives while I was gone. So first things I'll show off is the updates on certain projects. First is the old hickory knives I picked up while I was in Queen. I fully restored them, and now they look a lot better. Repolished the blades, repolished the pins, and resharpened them. Now they're ready for a barbecue, so these I'll be putting on eBay. Next is on the axe heads. I was able to lift a brand off one of them. The other one, though, was so badly pitted that it was not worth trying to clean it up even further, so I just sold it to one of my local buddies just to get rid of it. So this one, on the other hand, I was able to lift a brand off of. It's an old Ken Cutter 32 axe head, and this one I'll be putting on eBay as well. It's in relatively good shape, still usable. Excuse me. Next is on the Bowie knife blank that I picked up while I was in Queen, and those who may know, it did not have a handle, so what I did is that when I got home is I cut a piece of brass off that brass object I brought back with me from Queen, and it makes a nice pommel shape, and then I stacked all the pieces on of leather and plastic, which is a handle I decided to go for, and I chose a red and blue plus black colors. It'll look good once I shape it all together. I'm just showing y'all what it looks like before, and this one's going to go straight into my collection once I'm done with it. So that was a good buy. Next is on the 2 knives my father bought me while I was gone. First, he went to a flea market while I was gone and picked me up this nice little Imperial Stockman that I'll clean up here in a little while. I love these. I didn't have one of these, and he knew that. So this one, once I get it done, I'm going to clean it up and put it in my collection. And then, of course, he knows I love buck. He also picked me up a Buck 120. This one is from 1972 to 86, and it's in really good shape. It sucks that somebody took a belt grinder to the back edge right here and attempted to sharpen it, and somebody later on rounded off this side of the handle. So, I mean, it's in really good shape, but somebody's clearly messed with it a time or two. But I'm still happy with it because this one's in a heck of a lot better shape than the one I got. And what I also love is I'm going to do a separate video in a couple of weeks of showing the differences between these 2 120s I've got. Because I've got the one my friend Robert sent me, and I've got this one that my father got me. And they actually look a little different than each other, which then again, these were all being done by hand back in these days. And I love that it's also got the original sheath still with it in really good shape for the age. So this one, again, I'm going to do another video on, but thank you very much, Dad, for these 2 knives. Goes back in there. Then last but not least is the 3 buck knives that I got back from the factory. As those who may know, my buddy Blake sent some buck knives in for me, and I got them all back. First one I got back was the 110 that I had been carrying since I've been gone, and man, I love it. And also here is 3 more that he sent in for me. Next, I'm still waiting on 1 more, and it's that green one. I love to get that one back. First one I'll show off is this one they didn't fix. This is a Buck 701 of the 700 series. They didn't really fix it up because they said, let me read what they said, because they sent the warranty form back to me with a reply. Come on, open it back up. There we go. Okay. Yep, here it is. On the 701, inlays broken, logos missing, unrepairable, discontinued model, parts unavailable, replaced it, pardon the language there, with a 301, and marked an X on the blade so that way it could be fixed, so that way they can't show that it's been warranted again. There you go. So this one they could not warranty because it is so old, which is kind of a bummer because all I was really wanting is to get the scales fixed up and the logo put back on it, but I'm happy with that. I'll still polish it, make it look a lot nicer, and put it in my collection because I don't have one of these. So I'm fine with that. Next is on the Buck 484 that I sent in, and I didn't get that one back, and here's why. It said, blade worn, discontinued, no longer available, replaced with a 284. I mean, 282. I mean, yeah, 284. Yep, that's exactly what it is. And the one I sent in was heavily sharpened. It looks like someone took some picture frame screws and screwed it back together. So this is the one they sent me as a replacement, which I am totally happy about that because these knives aren't that expensive. The knife that I sent in was only $15 new. So I was happy to get this one back. This one's going to go straight into my collection. I love the black color, and it is sharp. So that's going to go straight into my collection. Thank you very much. And this one is from... This one's got the down stamp. So this is the current 2021 model. Thank you very much, Blake and Buck. Next is my favorite replacement. Before I get this out, the one I sent in was a 3-bladed Stockman. It looked just like this. The only problem was all 3 blades were broken off. And I gave it to Blake and told him to send it in for me in exchange for some knives. Excuse me. And he did. And they basically said the same thing. Which one is it? Yeah, the 701 inlay's broken. Where's it at? Yeah, the 701 again? No, this is a 301. Whoops, my apologies. So basically and this one's not in here too. Basically what they did is they replaced it with the more modern version because you can still buy these USA ones from Buck for only $50, and what they did is even better. They gave me the rosewood version of this knife. Come on, get out of there. This is the rosewood brass Stockman. That is beautiful. And that's nice. And this is the current 2021 model. And these are actually a lot more expensive than these. These are only $50 brand new. This is $60 brand new. So thank you very much, Buck, that y'all gave me a newer version of the Stockman. I love the inlay logo. This is awesome. This is going to go straight into my collection. I ain't ever going to use this. It's way too nice to use. I'll probably get a newer one of these to use before I start using this little guy. And just look at that gorgeous knife. A little dust on it. That's just polishing compound. And also, these are currently out of stock, which could be different depending on where you are. But the ones I've looked at, they're currently out of stock. So these are probably going to become a little collectible. So that's awesome. Now I'm only waiting on that green Buck 112, even though it's not called a 112, is what I call it because that's how small it is. So thank you very much, Blake, for sending those knives in for me, and thank you, Dad, for the 2 knives, and I'll do an update once this handle is finished. And I guess, as always, stay sharp.